DAJ for 30 eSports quarterfinals.
Battlecast versus DoV.
Woohoo! Woo! Nelly!
Which, to be honest, in my opinion, is probably going to be the more fun game to watch.
Then,
Since DoV does have their technically starting roster finally in the
yeah,
playoffs,
yeah,
and Battlecast being a very good team,
right.
at least as of recently.
Pretty much ever since they picked up the Vex boys, they've been baller.
Yeah, which has been very fun to watch. Wait, is it going to come up? Is it going to come up? Come on, come on, come on,
What are we?
come on,
Oh, hey, thanks for the sub, Clovers.
come on.
What? What are we?
Are you not gonna put it in there? You're gonna you're gonna make me have to go to the stream to put up the chat?
Uh,
God damn it!
what do you mean?
I was I was waiting for you to like post the chat link or the stream link in general, so I could just click
That's.
on it and then
Oh, that's
open
what I'm
the chat.
working on right now.
Yeah,
Change the game stream. Oh yeah, I'm not playing Black Ops 4 anymore. That is correct.
yeah. You probably could get reported for that now because
Oh, I fixed it.
stupid new Twitch rule, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Ham's making me do extra work, guys, because I haven't been here. I had to physically go to the stream so I could open up chat.
your life is a fucking shame, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it sucks. I was like sitting here waiting for him to put in the stream link so I could just click on it and be like, woo, oh, look, there it is. Now it's there. Dang it.
All right. Well, I think both teams are in and ready.
I believe so. At least Battlecast is ready. No, Chloe. Guest casters are saved for the cool people.
Yeah, I still gotta give some people the rundown if they want to guest cast. Give them the good old Scarrooney. But we are into pick ban. Gonna start seeing the typical characters taken away. Ari has been one of the most banned champions as of late.
At least against DoV.
It's pretty much against every team now. TPR, Olympic, Battlecast, and DoV. They all play Ari now, and they all just every time they get it, they smash on it. So it makes sense to me that it's being banned nearly every game.
Somebody banned Lysandra. Woo!
What do you know? What team did it?
I feel like every team that's gone up against Battlecast has either left Morg or both open, and I'm just like, every time they do that, business smashes so hard. It's
Yeah.
like, at least the last few times that I've seen him play. Camille being another obvious one, obviously targeted towards Crow. Zag recently playing Fizz on and off, so I'm sure that's probably what the Fizz is for.
Yeah, he's shown up more so lately on Assassins than on the Control Mages that we saw him playing at the beginning of the split, so
Yeah.
take him off the Fizz. That was one of the ones he was doing better on, so makes sense. But this does leave the Elise open for Bubble Boy, so first pick for him. It's a shame / Andy isn't playing because Bard is up as well.
It is true. But I do believe Faithful does play some Bard, because I want to say they have picked it even with him uh, being sub in. Who's their starting support?
Faithful.
Okay.
They've not picked it with him. I don't
I
believe.
was.
I'm pretty sure the
I think
only
they have.
Bard player is Andy.
I wasn't sure really who their starting support is because they both swap them out so much. So
Right. Yeah, they both go in and out, but Nar going to be grabbed for Crow, and a Kaiser for Soccer already building towards that late game team comp. It's the
which
area
is
they want to go.
interesting because at least as long as I've been with DoV, as much as I've seen DoV, I don't think I really have seen Crow play Nara yet. Out of all the champions he does play, so
Yeah, I think it's a just an early counter pick because he knows Doodle's champion pool is probably relegating him to something like this Cho'Gath.
yeah.
Um, and if you know that much and the Camille's gone, you might as well just grab something like the Nart early on. Save the rest of your team counter picks because, again, Doodle's champion pool is fairly limited this season. So it's going to help their whole team draft if they can just grab him something like the Nart. Whether he knows how to play or not, I don't know. But
Yeah. And then Leona coming in for Faithful, who we have seen play before. Actually, quite a few times, I want to say.
yes, he's done it a couple times. The Leona and Tom Kench are both some of his more favorites.
And here
The
comes the Bram.
Brom. Good old Bromsky.
Bram is very annoying.
He
That's because
can be.
nobody wants your energy, Eduardo. Or Edward. How do you... Edward? How do you say that?
I think it's basically Edward, but French. Edward. I don't know.
Edward.
I disagree. I don't think Doodle's champion pool is limited because Neon's running the draft. His champion pool has always been limited. At least in terms of what he can reasonably play at a high level. Doodle is limited to like 2 or 3 champions.
But also, to be fair, most of those champions that he has been limited to are all pretty good in
Right.
their own
They're,
right.
they're
So
good
it's like,
champions, and he's fairly good on them. But beyond those like 3 that I can think of, which is like Nar, Cho'Gath, and I want to say Darius, even though I know it's a little bit of a
I think he's only ever played one Darius.
this
At least that
season,
I could.
and then I
could
gave him
recall.
crap for it ever since because he was ulting at 1 stack.
Yeah.
He claimed it was lag. I'm like, no amount of lag will make you ult 4 stacks early, but
I will say at least, like, I would rather have a Darius ult at 1 stack and possibly look for something that might be a kill than a Cho'Gath tell me he's using his ult in lane to trade instead of get stacks. I had a Cho'Gath tell me that once because he was just getting absolutely smashed, and I was like, "Oh, that's why you lose." And then he went Abyssal Mask versus Jax, and I forget who his other laner was, but it was double AD.
that sucks. Well, Jax
Yeah.
is like Jax is hybrid. He does a lot of magic damage, but yeah,
I
you still
know,
want
but
like armor.
you still, yeah, you want some armor. That happened to me, I think, yesterday. It was either yesterday or Friday, and it was very depressing to see.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Especially being probably Cho'Gath being one of my more played champions, other than Ornn as of recently, because I love Ornn. Ornn is so fun to play.
He is. He's a lot
Just hearing the God ult coming through.
I really hope that for Christmas they put out a Santa orange skin.
Oh my God! Please, that would be so
Just
good.
a big
Having a
old sleigh come
through.
in, just ching 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 ching.
That would actually be kind of cool, like how it's sleigh bells instead of the yarn.
Yeah, and he'd be like spitting out snow instead of fire.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, this needs to happen, right?
They did it for Braum, so they can do it for Ornn,
Yep.
which
But
are basically 2 of the same champs.
pretty,
Kind of.
not really.
Kind of.
But speaking of champions, Jin for King D, this has probably been his best AD carry this split. And I don't know if you saw the results, but King D did get voted number 1 AD carry this split. So number 1 AD carry on his number 1 choice.
The only one I really kind of, or I guess the 2 that I expected were Spooter and Mizumi, and then after that, I was like, yeah, I don't really care. Those are like the only two I kind of looked for. I did see Business Trooper, and I think I did see King D. I didn't kind of look at anything else after that because I didn't feel like looking at it.
Yeah, but
because I'm not there, so it's depressing.
Well, he did get his signature pick coupled with Leona. That's a lot of lockdown. Swain as well for Business Trooper. One of the other picks that he does like to play a lot when something like the Lissandra and the Ari is banned, but going to pick against the Veigar is going to be very interesting. This is a lot of crowd control on the side of DoV. A lot of ways for Kai'Sa to start stacking up her passive. The only problem is if they can get to a strong late game point to be able to deal with this early game Battlecast comp.
Yeah, and another pick that he could have gone with, which again we were talking about, was the Morg, which I'm kind of surprised he didn't go with being open and being versus the Veigar.
You know, he hasn't played a whole lot of Morg this split. He's played like 2 games of it.
Oh, I guess I feel like I've seen it more.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of memories of last season when it was all he played.
Yeah. That could be. Who knows?
I'm doing over-under on Cho'Gath stacks just because it's a really easy one, and I like doing Cho'Gath stacks. We're going to do 9.5 as our...
Wait, 9? You sure? Because I think we did like 7 last time, and it was way over that.
Right, that's why I'm going with 9.
We should probably do...
Usually they end up around 10 or 11 max. So 9.5 is like, do you think he's going to hit the standard, or do you think he's going to be below standard?
Okay.
Basically.
I guess. And Spooter, that's one build I will say I can agree on, is the Triforce Poppy, being I believe it has been played actually before. A couple times.
It's okay. It's
basically like the whole theory behind Triforce Malphite.
Right.
Because she does so much damage. And actually stacks pretty well.
It's good for pub stomping. I wouldn't play it in competitive. Unless you're that much better than the other person and you know it.
Yeah. However, Triforce Malphite does seem to be the standard. Except what they do is they go like... I think they do like an item and a half. And then they go Triforce after. And then they finish their third. Is from what I've seen. If people are still playing it, but who knows?
I would assume not.
What happened to who?
Some people are still doing it, but it's in and out.
I thought it was pretty strong. Especially because of his E-slow bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Let me just E and lose all your attack speed.
Yeah. By the way, Spectate is broken, and you can't use any of the UI controls anymore.
Huh?
Once we get in, you know how you have to like pop up like the scoreboard and stuff.
Well, we'll see, because hopefully mine is cooler. It works for me.
Well, it was broken for me yesterday, and it wasn't working for Maniac either. So. Oh, look at that. We got us some bad Santa Veigar. We were just talking about Santa Claus. What do you know? He's either... Oh, and Santa Braum. It's the Santa crew.
Yeah.
God, could you imagine if Santa was actually that ripped? Like, I'm just looking at those muscles.
Like we all thought he was fat this whole time. He's actually
just got so much muscles that like it looks like he's fat.
That would be crazy.
That would. It would be very insane.
I haven't seen that skin in a while.
All right, is it working today? Nope, still not working. Yeah.
Is it low for you?
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, I'm not even in yet.
It's because you, sir... I don't know.
Probably have crash. We'll see.
Possibly. But yeah, we're in. Teams are running out. Looking like we're going to see a 5-point from DoV. Probably the same from Battlecast.
All I see is the loading screen.
Well, maybe you should get a new computer.
I would hope not, because my computer's fairly new already. Oh, there we go.
Didn't you build an
Haha.
AMD machine though?
I can't open it, so it's
Well,
just
did you have to use a hotkey or did you use the interface?
I just pressed O.
Yeah, the hotkey works, but like the interface doesn't work. So I normally like turn off the time controls and get rid of the chat. I can't do that today or at all.
I guess that's never bothered me because I've always used the interface, or not the interface, the hotkeys.
Yeah, well, and there's no hotkey for the time control, which is what I mostly hate, or the chat,
Yeah.
because God, these time controls take up so much space. It just looks terrible.
Chat you can turn off in the exit though. If you exit, go to options, you should be able to turn that off in there.
Not that I saw. But the game is starting, so we'll figure that out later. Standard blue buffs or bot side start
I
for both
see
teams.
chat history.
Yeah, that one's not it. I thought that was it, but it's not.
Oh. Camera control. Time shot.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see the Veigar coming out from Zog. I don't think we've seen it from him yet. It is a pretty strong pick. He is going for Comet. Some people are doing Predator these days on Veigar.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just lets you run up, and it really makes it easy to land the cage.
I guess.
It's
I guess in that sense, but even still, I feel like that's kind of a useless thing to have.
Well, and I mean, don't forget Predator does add a burst of damage to your first hit, so it does add a chunk of burst to him, and it's going to be a stronger burst than Comet as well. Whereas Comet's just good for poking, right? Predator is going to add a big burst on top of the movement speed to be able to land a stun and roam out of your lane.
Yeah, I guess in that theory, then, because whereas like Predator is going to basically scale all game, where Comet eventually is kind of like
Right, Comet does scale, but not too well.
Yeah, not as useful.
Right, I think the overall usefulness of Predator, in my opinion, is a little bit better right now. I know, I was surprised that C9 somehow found out how to play in the lapse of one day.
What's that?
Oh, C9 almost got first in their group. Oh, but Bubble Boy found his way onto Rusty. Squeeze box, the flash is out. Vision of the Empire going to be used to try and slow. Nice smite on to the Scuttle, but I don't think they can keep chasing. Bubble is out of mana, but still forcing a lot of sums out of Rusty is going to help him out quite a bit here.
But it would be even better if Bubble Boy noticed that his red buff is up. But luckily for Rusty, he will still be able to get that.
Yeah, I think
he shouldn't fall too far behind, and will mostly just be in Temple.
Right.
At least early on.
Gnar stole the Scuttle, I think, from Bubble as he was going for it. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, because it is red. That had to have been what happened, I guess. I did see him walk down, but I didn't understand why, and the camera never walked over there. And I was kind of surprised that Bubble Boy didn't engage on him, but that must have been what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really seen the group phase, at least as of yesterday. I saw up to day 3.
Yeah, it was all RNG. They were 3-0, and the Caster Dusters was like, yeah, they're gonna clean sweep 6-0, and then RNG ended up having to tiebreak C9 for first, and barely won. It was like C9 had control the entire game and barely took a bad fight and lost the game off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
isn't it the top 2 teams that make it though?
Yeah.
So technically it's still out.
Yeah, no, C9 made it out, but they could have had first seed, which would have been freaking ridiculous considering they had Gen G and RNG in their group.
But C9 has always been one of the better teams at Worlds.
Yeah.
At least when they do actually make it.
Yeah.
Whereas Team Liquid has been very depressing.
Team Liquid ain't making it out.
I was very wrong about Invictus this year. Somehow Invictus actually got good and is now good.
Huh. Yeah.
Normally, every time they make it, they always make it, and they're one of the bottom teams there.
Oh, Donnie, that is not the direction you want to put that shield.
She's just she's showing soccer her present. That's what she's doing there. Like, here, have a present.
Huh.
But to be fair, I mean, they weren't engaging or anything. So my guess it was probably a misclick on accident.
Yeah. You can always tell the state of the game when the auto camera hasn't moved away from bot lane in 3 minutes.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising because 80% of the time it's always top. Like, I think regardless of...
Yeah, ooh, Zog with the
nice.
fancy feet flash out. He does a little 6, but not going to go for the kill.
Yeah, I don't think he had quite enough damage or mana to really go for anything there. So just enough for the W. Does get out, though.
Yeah, Bubble Boy, though, does look like he wants to go for a repeat. Still has flash. If he can land that spell, it's going to be a lot of trouble.
But business going back. So probably not going to happen. Probably just going to push out or freeze.
Yeah. And
But yeah, normally, like, regardless of what team we're watching, 80% of the time it's top. That's always the camera.
it's because they, yeah, I mean, you typically see a lot of small little fights top, so it's like, oh, look, action. But when there's literally nothing happening, it just goes bot because that's where, like, the mass majority of people are gathered. It's like, well, there's 4 people here. Something's bound to happen. It's like, no, this is just bot lane. They're still just farming. But not quite the early game dominance play that we're used to seeing from Battlecast lately. We normally see them going pretty aggressive. Oh boy has made a couple attempts, but nothing really working out for him.
Yeah, although given the state of the lanes too, bot lane has been pushed in, mid lane has also been pushed in, so he really doesn't have a spot to gank other than that one time Zag was out. So other than that one time, I guess he could go top, but Gnar is pretty annoying to gank if Doodle doesn't line up.
Yeah, but it does look like Crow is going to be in a little trouble. But the cocoon doesn't land. TP's trying to come in from Zog. They need to start being a little bit careful because that's going to be a pretty strong Veigar. The ult in, the first blood, so much damage as Business Trooper's going to rejoin it as well. The Demonic Ascension is out, needs to start focusing on Zog. He doesn't have flash. He can't make it away from here, but Doodle, you don't want to step back into that. Zog's going to be trying to walk away. That chimney ain't gonna save you there, bro. I'm sorry, but it takes 8 seconds to fit down a chimney. Just ask Santa.
Yeah, I'm not sure like what happened, but somehow he must have just got minion blocked by that huge wave there, and he just could not get in range to get his W off on the show after getting stunned. So he basically, afterwards, was just stuck between 2 people and then wasn't able to get out. So, but it was at least a 1-for-1, so...
Yeah.
I think it's still benefiting DoV being First Blood.
Yeah, I mean, First Blood, and they were able to send their bot lane down to get the dragon because they had 3 bot, whereas Battlecast had 3 top. So
yeah,
it definitely is DoV favored, even being 200, 300 gold down.
Who has double buffs now? Oh, Swain got him. Okay, I wasn't sure if it actually stayed or not.
Yeah, Swain's got the doubles.
There's also an unfortunate Gnar ult miss. I don't believe he hit either of the people that were up there.
Yeah, I mean, Bubble Boy hadn't even been out, like, hadn't even gotten out of the river yet, so.
Yeah. He probably thought he was close enough when he walked up. Because he was, like, right there. I'm more surprised, though, that Cocoon missed, especially being as big of a character as Gnar is when he's Mega. Like, he was on top of his face, and it just, like, went through him.
It can be kind of hard to aim when the person is knocked up.
Yeah.
Because it makes them look like they are where they aren't sometimes.
Like the into space bug.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a clip of one of those. We had a Galio on our team and a Lucian on the other team, and he got hit by the Galio ult, and he disappeared. He just, like, went sky high into space.
Yeah.
We were like, what the hell just happened?
Both teams are going to be perfectly happy to just trade. Crow's in a little bit of trouble as Bubble Boy has found his way back up top. The Rupture is going to land the Cocoon this time as well. And Crow is going to try and get out of here, but Bubble Boy still has the Repel. Only needs just one more Q off. Is he going to be able to land it? No, the last hop away. He's going to get Gnar to safety. Well played from Crow. getting out of there.
Yeah, and actually almost still winning the 1v2. Pretty much almost killing Doodle, so he couldn't really do anything once Bullboy came, even though he landed the cocoon.
Yeah, and I mean, Doodle had also just used his feast on a minion for a stack, which is fine,
Yeah.
but makes it that killing power not quite as strong.
Yeah, that is the hardest thing about playing Show top lane, like, unless it's like a predetermined gank.
Ooh, but Business Trooper going to be going all in onto Zog. Only needs just one more Q off to get the kill, but the stopwatch might be enough to save him. No, it's
I
not.
actually
Business
thought he
Trooper
got up.
finds the solo kill versus Zog, and this is why Business Trooper got first place on the mid lane voting. He is very, very strong in the mid lane. He always goes for these solo kills, always tries to get himself a lead, and he's doing it with pretty much no assistance. The only thing he got assistance from was one gank from Elise.
Yeah, and if he isn't going for the lead, he knows how to play it very slow to the point where by the time it does come to him playing the lead, he just wins from the champion scaling. So Swain is getting that Rod of Ages now is going to be a big problem.
Yeah, it's going to start stacking up, and it's going to be a little bit of an issue. Vhagar, no stranger to scaling himself, though. Already sitting on that Luden's going to be getting a good amount of burst damage off whenever he lands a spell.
Except that'll be more towards the Squitchies versus Business Trooper being able to survive probably all of Vagar's burst if he's not regenning.
For a little bit longer, yeah. There will be a time where Vhagar will just one-shot anybody, except maybe the Cho'Gath.
Well, it depends if Shogoth gets MR. Because if Shogoth doesn't get MR and he actually just gets HP, Vagar can still one-shot him. As stupid as it sounds.
Not if he's at 4k health.
Yeah, maybe that much. That much will probably be a little harder.
No, I play a good amount of Vhagar. I'd say you can maybe do 2.6, 3.5. But Business Trooper is in a lot of trouble. Did Zonya's the Vhagar ult. And a little bit of a spectator bug. But
wow.
Did you see the cocoon like hit Zog and Zog just like warped back?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, yeah, my spectator bugged and like Zog was like really far ahead and the cocoon was about to hit him and Zog just warped back and it's like, well, he didn't have flash, so it must have just been a bug.
Yeah, because I didn't see it hit, at least on my side. So he did miss the cocoon. Unfortunately for Zog, Business Trooper being able to stopwatch that ult and still surviving. So
yeah, that was really well played from Business Trooper. Needs to be a little bit careful in this lane now, not having the stopwatch or flash, but bot lane Rusty Sweetbox is going to be trying to go and doesn't have the Glacial Prison, but they are stacking up the Permafrost quite quick. These Furial champions work pretty well together. They really get a good amount of damage off, but again,
yeah, a lot of stacking champions, actually, I just realized on the side of DoV.
They've got 4 of them.
Nar gets stacks, Kaisa gets stacks, Braum gets stacks, even Sidwani.
Yeah, ooh, the Rupture and the Cocoon both land, but Doodle still needs to be a little bit careful as now Crow's trying to run away. He does have his ult if he needs to use it for the disengage the Gnar, but the Feast comes through, and that is going to be one dead little Gnar. Big Gnar? I'd say he's little. He's little again, so.
Yeah.
But DoV recognize again that the jungler is top. They're going to be going for their second Infernal right now. Very little chance of any kind of steal coming through. Is it possible? No, the Vhagar gets the secure.
It was still pretty close.
It was
he did smite her
a little
really
too close for comfort. But Vhagar is actually fairly good at securing these spells because his W does have a 1-to-1 ratio with his AP. It does a good chunk of damage. Right now, it's actually doing over 300 damage.
Technically his Q though that killed it.
Did he secure it with his Q?
Yeah, because his W is still. That's what made it so low. He smited early and Vhagar hit W, so he Q'd it.
I didn't even see.
What got him the dragon.
I knew I heard the noise, but I don't know when it landed because I was too busy watching Business Trooper, seeing if he was gonna try make anything happen.
No, I think they were just mostly either trying to steal or just disengage afterwards. But afterwards, I don't think Business Trooper really was in any range of using anything except his W, I believe that I thing is.
Yeah, Vision of the Empire.
Yeah. And that doesn't really do too much damage, so even once you get all your damage,
Yeah, it's mostly used for the heal,
Yeah.
because it does
Or the
give
stacks.
it does give a stack of his passive for every champion it lands on, which heals him a good chunk. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty interesting game. I mean, Battlecast are making the aggressive plays. DoV going for the objectives. And they really want to shut down this Gnar, and I don't think this is actually like the best use of their time, as King D is going to get engaged on in the bot side already using the heal.
Yeah, that was interesting. I guess he thought that Sejuani had his ult there. Was probably more scared of getting hit by that, but
Yeah, I mean, and she did have ult. She probably could have used it. I don't blame him for using that early. I think definitely if he didn't, he would have been in a little bit of trouble. Rusty Squeezebox, though, gonna be playing the vision game.
Taking a little bit of poke.
A little bit of poke here and there.
Yeah, that's another thing too about the Cho'Gath ult. It's very misleading sometimes. Like you think like you're away from it, but it
Ooh,
almost
Bubble Boy's in
actually
a
has
little bit
small
of
amount of
trouble.
range.
He's gonna try and repel over, but he does find his way out for the time being.
No.
Rusty Squeezebox didn't land it, but he is gonna find the Glacial Prison. Now the ultimate coming in from Veigar, and he gets the kill onto Elise.
And now Cho'Gath is a little bit stuck here too. At least not being there. If he can, maybe
Yeah, he needs to
slow
be
him down
just
enough.
a little bit careful. He turned around thinking he could maybe take the trade after that ult was missed, but now he's just going to get slowed up and probably killed with the flash out. Actually going to be saving his life. Business Trooper going to try and set up a little bit of a trap here. Zog getting really low in business. Might be able to pick up with the ignite. He does get it.
Wow.
Now Rusty Squeezebox in a little bit of trouble, as well as here comes a Righteous Glory. Cho'Gath running to run this down. Now they're looking at maybe trying to find this Gnar. Never Move should be up. They're just waiting for him to burn his moveset first, and then they can go for it. The flash out.
Ooh,
really
nice.
well played there. Did exactly what they needed to do to get the maximum out of that situation. Battlecast.
No, Gnar does not have flash still.
Yeah, no flash on the Gnar, which means we'll probably see Bubble heading up there again soon, because Bubble has been up there for most of the game. But this is definitely what we want to see from Battlecast, taking these really aggressive fights, getting these kills. And so it came a lot later than I thought it would, but still the style we expect to see from them. A couple thousand gold ahead. They just need to stop hemorrhaging dragons.
Yeah, but next dragon being Wind Dragon, this one it can kind of afford to give up, but at the same time, not really. It really just depends on whether or not how strong that field they can defend the Elder, because should DoV actually get Elder, then they'll have a 3-stack dragon.
Right, I would
possibly only a 2.
I would still be worried about the Elder more specifically, and even getting the Windrake would be beneficial for them so that they can get map rotations off and escalate the lead that they have, right?
Yeah, because a lot of their teams are pretty, or a lot of their champions are pretty move speed dependent.
Right, Jhin, Cho'Gath, Swain, all very move speed reliant. They really like that. But also just when you have a lead like this, you want to be able to move around the map and make plays. And so having that Windrake does actually help that out quite a bit, so that you can get better back timers, make it onto the map just that much faster.
Yeah, that kind of looks like they're kind of deciding to send Chill down there, so they could actually be looking for that for the next spawn.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see what Doodle does here, because he's just kind of hovering.
Ooh, Bubble Boy
so-
finds his way on to Soccer. Soccer's getting real low, does have flash, but the stun
Double
combo
TP.
is way
Double
too
TP.
strong, and the TPs are
3
coming in from
TPs.
everywhere. DoV are starting to collapse onto the tanks now, but here comes Doodle with a nice 3-man
There's still more
knockup.
of
They're going to be
DoV
going
there.
for the cocoons are landing. There's the first kill for Doodle. Now they want to chase onto Crow. Not going to be able to find the deadly version. I think this is going to be the end of the fight, but Dragon is respawning in 30 seconds. They might be able to push for this tower or go for that.
Looks like they're gonna go for tower, though. It doesn't look like they're gonna go for dragon, because dragon not being up yet. They're just gonna try to get the spot tower, possibly rotate mid, but we will have to see it if they keep going or not. But it looks like they're just gonna get the tower.
Yeah, tower, and then now Dragon is spawning in 5 seconds, so they might head towards that at this point, but definitely getting the lead that they need. That first tower is going to open up the game for them a good amount as Sedge actually tries to find her way onto King D. The Permafrost is stacking up really fast. And the Cocoon lands onto Soccer. No! He still has Flash, so might be able to find his way out. The Nevermoon's not going to land, but I think Business Trooper gets the explosion. He's going to find the kill. Now Zog, maybe a little bit worse for wear in his situation.
He's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Here, but he does miss the Nevermoves.
Luckily, he's getting out for the time being, but here comes the Righteous Glory. Cho'Gath, they're going to find their way in. The pull-in from the Swain, the feast from Doodle, and Battlecast are starting to really take control.
Man, the range and the pullback from Nevermove, like, when other CC hits, is pretty ridiculous. He landed that Rupture over the wall with Trooper being in between the blue and the entrance there, and still was able to pull him back enough just to get the feast off for Doodle.
Yeah, the pullback from Ravenous Flock is a very long range. It's not quite maximum vision range, I think, but it's around that distance. So it really, really does make it a lot easier for him to do it. He's going to be able to find his way onto Donnie as well, and DoV are just not respecting the fact that Battlecast want to just run and win right now. They haven't even backed, and they're still going forward. They just found 2 more kills, want to find another tower. He just went from 0 to 100, possibly finding the way onto Kai'Sa, or there goes the Zhonya's from Veigar. He's going to try and get out the flash from Faithful Fox. They find the kill. No, Crow with the Nard to the wall, getting the damage off, but he's not going to be able to land the Q off, and he's just going to die. Battlecast just keep going.
I don't know what happened there, if that was like a bug or if maybe Swain actually did just tank the entire Narkia with like his Q didn't hit the King D at all. Like it only hit Business Trooper. That's his name.
Yeah, and Doodle's Righteous Glory is up again, and he has Feast. If he can find his way onto Soccer, might be able to get the kill.
No.
I just cannot. I've been speaking so fast for the last 4 minutes, and I just.
It's okay, I'm the same way.
It's like I just want a break. You guys just went from nothing to inhib in 3 minutes. What happened?
Well, DoV walked in 3 times, one after the other. And then they just kind of kept going, and then they got 2 more picks after that. So then they got inhib.
Yeah.
A lot of basically, we're gonna walk up and then kill whoever shows up.
And this is like the kind of moment where if this was like LCS, they would have to have like a 4-minute instant replay reel, because there was absolutely no breaks in any of that. It was bot tower, blue, dragon, mid tower, another mid tower, 3 kills, another mid tower, inhib. It's just,
or they could replay it and then just speed it up. And
then, yeah. But that was just way too much happening at once. And now Battlecast, they've got their recalls off. They just spent so much gold. The leads that they have right now are
6K
crazy.
Ahead. 6K ahead, 2 items on Cho, 1.5 items on Elise, 1.5, actually 2.5 items on Swain.
Yeah, Bubble Boy's maybe going a little bit too aggro here. You don't have one-shot potential on a Sejuani. Going to get hit by the Glacial Prison, but the Void Seeker not going to land. He's still alive, but he's getting pretty low. A really nice wall from Zog. He's going to be stopping up the Swain, and the ultimate from Veigar as well. Gets the shutdown gold on the Business Trooper.
I can't believe he was in range for that. That was so far away.
It's pretty decent range.
I don't think it was that far range.
It might have looked farther because as soon as he cast it, he walked away. And so, when it landed, he seemed a lot farther than where he actually was. But Battlecast still going to be able to get map control off this, right? This mid lane push from these super minions not allowing DoV to get anything off, even with the picks that they found.
Yeah, even with the picks that they found, it's still Doodle and their bot lane up, so which is really all they need to be able to push. Elise and Business Trooper at this point are kind of just backup. They don't really have to do much, but they can start stuff if they want to.
Right.
So if you don't kill their bot lane, King D is just gonna kill these towers with Doodle in front. So, and then should they actually want to, if they could, Doodle can also. He's actually got quite an amount of stacks now. How many stacks does he have? He's got 10.
Okay, so we're at over. I didn't expect him to get so many champion feasts off this quick.
You see, like I said before, last time we said 7 or
Right.
like 9, and it was like
That's
way over.
that's why I jumped it up like 3 because yeah, we did 7. I was like, okay, I'll give it a good boost.
It actually is very easy to get stacks on Cho'Gath League.
It is, but typically they've been ending at about 10 every game in our league. So, like, I usually check it. That's where they've been ending a lot of the time, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you never know how it'll go, but I mean, he's just been finding feast after feast. I'm pretty sure all 4 of his kills have been feast kills. I could be wrong on that, but he's definitely had a pretty good time. Business
Well,
Trooper.
he has 6 minion kills, 4 champion kills, so he hasn't done any objectives currently.
Right. Yeah.
So
that would be correct. And
but you're not gonna go for that? Wait, what are you doing, dude? Hello?
he just wants lane control. He
like,
can't. I don't think he should be trying to 1v1 an R anyways. But in this
He
jungle,
pretty
they're
much
going to
can
be
at
doing
this
a
point.
fight. Faithful Fox gets decimated. He's going to be going down. And I don't know what you're saying. This Nar seems to be winning this fight to me. Maybe if he lands the Q, he should be able to win this as soon
If he was
as
auto
he's able to
attacking more,
get
he
that.
could actually
Yeah, he could be doing it possibly. But Rusty Sweetbox in a little bit of trouble. The curtain call. Going to be finding the kill ins. Doodle literally just TP'd out of there. He's just like, I don't want this fight. I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes how much damage his auto attacks do when he's actually pressing E. I mean, to be fair, too, he did miss the first rupture, so after that, it pretty much just was a lost fight.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you land the rupture and you're just autoing the Gnar, you can actually just outright win that, because then once they get low enough, you execute them with the feast. So as long as they're willing to take the fight anyway. But
Yeah,
looks
but
like
they are
they're
going to be
get
going
Baron.
on to this
This
Baron.
could be an objective.
Yeah,
for
with Rusty
Doodle.
Squeakshot's dead, Zog stepping up just a little bit too far. Going to get pulled in by the
they're
Ravenous
actually going
Flock.
for Doodle.
He's going to get feasted down. That means they don't have the feast for the Baron, but they still have the smite should they need to use it. Bubble Boy's in the back trying to finish it off. He's starting to focus it, but now Crow9's about to go Mega. All he needs to do is cast a spell to get that health, and King D's just running him down. The Madman with the gun. He's going to be going in, find the kill. Bubble Boy picks himself up, a double kill. And they are going to have Baron and be able to push back onto this inhib.
Yeah, and that might even be game coming in with this minion wave here. I'm just surprised that nobody really went for bubble there. They were, I mean, I understand the rest of Metalcast was in front of their face, but it's like
Yeah,
they
they're
just kind
gonna.
of let bubble finish the the Baron there.
Yeah, and they're gonna get this inhib. I don't think they can end not with their health bars and their mana pool and 2 people respawning. It would be a little dangerous because Zog is still really scary, right? Zog can one-shot anybody that is here right now, and he is going to be chasing forward onto Bubble, but not going to find it as he did get minion aggro on him.
Yeah, and minions being pretty ridiculous after the last few patches. They definitely seem to be more of a nuisance than they were. At least in my opinion, compared to past minion blocks. Now it's like you just have to walk around the entire wave to actually do anything.
Yeah.
Yay, now we're finally back to nothing. Did he ever get that stack? No, I don't think he did. No, I didn't. And he does have 11 stacks now. He got another champion kill.
Yeah. Right before he died in that fight, he ate someone else.
It's hard to believe half of the kills are pretty much all on Cho'Gath. It's basically the top half of the map. It's Jin, Swain, Elise, and Joe. Like, their whole team is doing good. The only person that doesn't have too many kills is Leona, but even Faithful has kills.
Yeah. Oh boy, it looks like a car wash outside.
What do you mean?
It's rainy and I see waving trees
Oh.
that look maybe like those little wipers that like at the very end of a car wash, you know?
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm not getting any rain.
This is you live in another state.
Still, like, what are you, like, when you just, like, randomly, like, it looks like a car wash outside. Like, I'm supposed to know what that is.
Well, they're going to be pushing up onto another tower here with the Baron Crows. Actually going really aggressive onto Doodle. I don't know if he really wants to step that far forward, but looking for the engage. Not going to find the Gnar, though, as now he's chasing forward. He does get it into the wall in the Glacial Fissure. Going to be splitting up the team, but a nice Solar Flare lands onto the front line, stunning them all up. The damage is coming through. Zog's going to get knocked up. The curtain call to finish off the fight. Everybody on DoV is dying as Battlecast. They're going to run forward with the Baron. Try to find the end of the game. Soccer and Crow are going to have to do one hell of a hero play to save this.
Yeah, it was a good ulti, but it's like at the same time, like you were 1v5ing their whole team and then just kind of had to bait DoV into that fight, so I'm not really sure what was going on, but now they're basically just going to take the game. Looks like it should be the end of the game with King D still alive, and they have a pretty decent-sized minion wave.
Yeah, and I mean, Battlecast should just be focusing up these towers. I don't know why they're, like, bothering around with this Kai'Sa who has essentially no gold. They can just be focusing on to the Nexus and trying to end the game. Everybody, though, has respawn. It looks like we might get one more fight as Bubble Boy finds the kill onto Kai'Sa. They're going forward. A nice Vision of the Empire. Going to be slowing them all down. They can't land onto King D, but he is going to finally go down. A Rupture lands. Zog's in the mix, but he doesn't do anything in this situation. He's going to go down next. Cho'Gath with a triple kill, and Battlecast in a pretty dominating fashion going to be taking game 1.
And Cho'Gath is now pretty big.
He's got 13 stacks. Apparently I should have done 13 as my baseline and just, gone way above anything that we would have expected.
Normally I would have just done 10.5, like I said before. I was like, you sure you shouldn't do 10.5? And you were like, nah, 9.5 is fine. I was like, I'm pretty sure every time we've seen a Cho'Gath or 10 stacks. So,
no, it's averaged at 10 and 11. Like,
which,
it's do they hit average or do they go under average? That's basically what I was going for. But it's whatever. And that is
actually,
one hell of a game.
Mastery again. If I can check his mastery. No, I guess I can't. I'll have to go to my sneaky website to check his mastery. Why don't we look it up? If I can open up another tab. Oops. Instead of unpinning it from my taskbar.
Yeah, and that is going to be a lot of damage coming up from Business Trooper. 26,000. King D with about 15. Cho'Gath, 18,285. That is super dominating for them. And that was so crazy. It literally went from let's farm for 18 minutes. All right, big 5v5 like bot. It was just steamroll.
There was a lot of fighting past 30 minutes.
A lot. Too much.
Let's see.
All right, well, I'm thinking Business Trooper probably for MVP this game.
The hell, he's actually pretty decent on Cho'Gath, and he only has a level 5 mastery with only 28k. It's not even one of his top champions.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting. Normally you think like Cho'Gath players, like after playing Cho'Gath so much, they would have a higher mastery. Like I think I have almost 98k on him.
Yeah.
MVP.
I'm thinking Business Trooper.
Yeah, he did very well in a lot of the fights.
Carried the early game, yeah.
He half carried the early game. I'd say it was more of them just constantly going top and then like Ballin being able. Well, yeah, he carried the early game.
Yeah, because I mean everything that happened early was Bubble trying to get stuff down the top side of the map, dying, and then Business showing up and finding a kill or two, right?
Yeah.
It was like Battlecast messed up, Business Trooper saved the day.
Fights like his massive ultis were just pretty crazy. Like he was getting off a lot of damage in the middle of pretty much all of DoV in a few of the team fights.
Yeah.
Which surprisingly, he actually doesn't have the most damage, but I guess it is Gnar being up against Cho'Gath, so it's kind of expected.
The Gnar, yeah, subtract about. Specifically for Gnar into tanks. Tank v tanks, maybe subtract like 7 to 8k. Gnar versus tanks, subtract like 15k, and that's how much he actually did. But, yeah, I would definitely say Business Trooper MVP there. Looking pretty strong. I'm starting to think I should have voted Business Trooper for MVP of the split, but it's a little late for that now.
Wow, who got MVP of the split?
It went Nazumi, Bliss, King D.
Oh, okay.
We're
I mean,
top
that's
three.
kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
I guess maybe business over King D. That's probably the only one I would put.
King D's been pretty dominant.
He has, but he's really only maybe had the last few games that he's kind of shown up out of nowhere. Like because he had the pentakill, I think in week 7.
It was like week 6 or so. Week
Yeah,
6 or 7.
it was like week or 6 or
Yeah.
7. I know
I
it
mean,
was
he's
recent.
I mean, he's got the best stats of any 80 carry, just straight up. Like he's in the top 2 of all 3 categories, major categories for 80 carry, and the only people above him like don't even play anymore. So
Yeah.
he's basically the best 80 carry, and he's been that way since he was on Vex as well. So I can understand King D getting some attention there, but I don't know. Business Trooper is an absolute monster right now. Yes, I'm throwing Shade Adrenaline 2-game wonder.
Ooh.
Adrenaline. He's like, you throwing shade, homie? Because I said the only people that are above him don't play anymore.
Uh, they can't pick blue side because they're pink. They have to pick both.
Pink is not a mixture of red and blue. That's purple.
I know. After I said, I was just gonna be like, "Wait, you're right. That's purple." And you're like, pink is red and white. What do you mean?
It's lightish red, okay?
Basically.
Do you watch Red versus Blue?
I did it in the past. I kind of
Okay.
stopped watching it after season 13. After that, I was like, it's
Okay.
not really
Yeah.
fun anymore.
That's around when it pretty much should have stopped. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's still my favorite thing with Donut. It's not pink. It's lightish red. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like, dude, it's pink. Shut up.
I always loved. What was it? I never remember his name. Was his name Blue? No, Caboose. Oh, I
Yeah.
loved Caboose.